Out with the old, in with the new, and more than a dozen politicians are still in the race to be president of the United States. So what New Year's resolution should Republican and Democratic candidates make in order to improve their chances of winning the White House? Time now for a quick political game with our dynamic duo of punditry, Ben Ferguson and Marc Lamont Hill. Okay, Ben, Republican frontrunner Donald Trump, does he need a resolution? Things seem to be going pretty well his way, but what would you say that it should be?
I would say at some point he's got to be a little bit nicer and start acting a little bit more presidential if he wants to be able to keep these poll numbers moving forward. If he keeps staying exactly the way he is, I think at some point it's going to bite him in the rear end, and it's going to be a problem the closer you get to people really having to walk into a booth and push that button for Donald Trump. What
do you hope, Mark, that Hillary Clinton's resolution is?
Oh, that's no fun. I wanted Donald Trump.
Okay, Donald, you do Donald Trump, and then we'll go Hillary Clinton.
I think he has to get disciplined. You know, he keeps saying crazy stuff and explaining it away. And again, I think it plays to the worst parts of ourselves. And that guy in the middle of America, or that woman in the middle of America who says, hey, you know, I wish I could say those things in public. But at some point, as Ben said, it's going to get bad. So unless he gets disciplined and stops saying crazy stuff, at some point he's going to be really popular but won't be president.
Mark, go. Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton, she has to actually be a human being. She has to come across as a person. Too often, Hillary seems inaccessible. She doesn't seem warm. She doesn't seem nice. Now, I understand some of that is just the fact that we treat women differently on the campaign trail, but I think some of it also is that Hillary herself, for the last 20 years, has never presented herself as likable. Her most likable moment was crying in New Hampshire. That can't win again. She has to be a person.
And, Ben, I have to give you a shot at this.
Yeah, look, I think she actually needs to be honest, and she's got a big problem still in the polls with trustworthiness. I think if she went and saw the Benghazi movie that's coming out and then did a press conference afterwards, now that would be a great decision that would show she actually understands and cares what's going on with these issues that she's tried to explain away. So for Hillary, you got to at some point feel like you're an actual real human being and not just a political robot. And I think that there's a lot of people that just don't trust her. And the way that she comes across, you've got to be more personable. That's what allowed her to lose to Obama the first time. And I think it could be her undoing this time as well.
What do you think about Ted Cruz? Because he's, within maybe striking distance of Donald Trump at this point in time, if he hasn't surged too soon. What do you think?
I don't think he's surged too soon. I think that the closer you get to the election, I think he's going to do very well in Iowa. I actually think he'll win Iowa. And I think that can really change things this election. I also think that he has been underrated by a lot of people because they didn't understand what got him to Washington in the first place. He was the Ben Carson, Donald Trump, before Ben Carson, Donald Trump even thought about running for the White House in Texas. And I think that's one of the things he understood.
What is his resolution for that then?
Keep being Ted Cruz. Keep going out there. Don't pander and don't dumb down politics. He's a smart guy. You are smarter than a lot of the other candidates. Be true to who you are, and I think it'll work well for him.
What do you think, Mark?
I think Ted Cruz, be yourself. Ted Cruz is like the nerdy guy in school that started hanging with the cool kids and thinks he's a cool kid. Donald Trump is the cool kid, and so he hangs close to Donald Trump. His poll numbers stay high, but until he distances himself from Donald Trump, until he has the courage to say, hey, Donald, I disagree with you on this issue, instead of trying to hope that Donald eventually bails out and he gets all of his voters, until that happens, Ted Cruz will just be a really interesting second-rate candidate. He has to make a distinction between himself and Ted Cruz. So, Ted, be yourself. Donald Trump can't save you.
Be yourself. So resolution is like, I'm just going to be myself.
Yes,
That's one you don't share with your friends,
right?
That's an easy one.
Okay, Bernie Sanders, what do you think, Ben?
New Year's resolution is actually realize that you're in a race for the presidency and start acting like you're going to fight for this. He's the best second-place candidate I've ever seen. He is not willing to take on Hillary Clinton, which I don't understand why you wouldn't if you're running for the White House. You have to go after the people that you're running against, and yet he keeps being the nice guy. He even bails her out during the debates. They put him on Saturday night. You should be angry about that. They have completely ruined, the DNC has ruined your chances because they put you on Saturday nights. You should be fighting over that the same way you're fighting over minimum wage increases of $15 an hour, which I disagree with, but at least have some fire in your belly, and you're running against Hillary Clinton, whether you like it or not. You need to go after her.
Okay, Mark, I wonder, I want you guys to talk about all the candidates. Of course, there's still so many of them. Let's do Marco Rubio, because some people think, you know what, maybe he's someone who could come into his own ahead of Iowa. What do you think?
I think my advice to Marco Rubio is I go to one of my mentors and heroes, George W. Bush, and I'll say stay the course, Marco Rubio. stay the course, Marco Rubio.
Stop it.
I still have a part of me that thinks that Donald Trump is still going to flame out because he's Donald Trump, and that people don't want Ted Cruz because even Republicans don't like him, and that, Jeb Bush has clearly shown he doesn't have what it takes to be president. And at some point, Republicans are going to get serious about winning the presidency, and they're going to want someone who is likable, who's electable, who checks the demographic boxes, who's young, who's interesting, and who's from a key state. That could be Marco Rubio. So, Marco, don't give up. Don't go all George Pataki on me. Don't bail too soon. Ben Carson won't be around much longer. You're going to be at the top spot if you just hang and stay the course.
Ben, quick and final resolution for Martin O'Malley. Go.
Martin O'Malley, it's called Go Out and Enjoy Retirement. That's simple. Retire, enjoy life. You've had a good run. Don't embarrass yourself. Walk out there on stage, wave to everybody. You're not going to win, and move on with retirement. Fly fish, have a good time, go to dinner, and be a commentator, and we'll take you at that.
That
No,
sounds
not
good.
a commentator,
Fly fishing.
not a Democratic commentator. We don't need those.
Yes.
I like fly fishing and dinner. That sounds excellent. Okay,
There we
Ben,
go.
See,
Marc,
there you go.
it's so fun to hang out with you guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.